Okay, are we good now? Can you hear us?
Testing 1 2 1 2. Do I have to do everything over again?
Yeah, start over.
All right, ready?
Right.
First Tuesday of 2024. This is our first Takeover Tuesday. Yesterday was our inventory day at the shop where we got to count everything in the store to make sure we had the right amount of things. And that brought me, what I was saying before that you couldn't hear, was that we're going to play one of those games where we, you have the jar full of gumballs. You have to guess how many gumballs are in the machine or in the jar, and you win a prize. Well, we're going to say how many strings are there on instruments in our shop right now. We probably won't do that today, but we're going to do that in the future, where you guys got to guess how many strings, and then we're going to task the crew here with counting all the strings, which there's a math equation there. Count how many guitars we have, multiply that by 6, and mandolins by 8. You can do the math. Anyway, that'll be a fun little game. I bet there's more strings than you guys would imagine. And yeah, we do have a couple 12 strings in there you got to add into the mix. And a 4-string bass and some 4-string ukuleles and violins. I bet there's more strings than we would have thought. More G strings than I've ever been surrounded by. I love G string jokes. That's the string right there, guys. Anyway, how was your New Year's? Hope you guys had a great New Year's. Last week we did our kind of recap of 2023, our highlights, our favorite moments of the year. In case you guys didn't get to watch over the weekend, we released my top picks for mandolins and John's top picks for guitars of 2023. These are the instruments that we reviewed. That's not to say those were the best instruments ever built the year, but those are our favorite ones that we got to review in the year of 2023. And this year we're aiming for a lot more. I don't know if you guys have been on TikTok recently, but it's exploded. TikTok got shut down because Janelle posted a end of year, all the different types of materials that Liz has tried to restring guitars with. and it's the compilation of all the odd strings, like yarn. We did
embroidery thread. We did fishing line.
Dental floss, and then the last one was
tennis racket
line or cable, whatever you call that. Anyway, that thing is shot to over 5 million views, I think, by now.
Last I checked, it was at 7.8.
7.8, like today, got 2 more million. That's nuts. I kid with these guys that I can just sit here and practice and perform something that gets like 300 views, and you put tennis racket string on a guitar and you get 7.8 million views. Hey, that's the world for you. Anyway, we'd love to see what you guys have planned for 2024. We're going to talk a little bit about our things that we're looking forward to in the new year. One is more mandolins, guys. We got more latest mandolins coming. I talked to Ryan Fish with Weber. Ours was a little delayed because they've been perfecting the finish process for the gloss finishes. They've gotten a couple of the satin finishes done, but our gloss finish, we have a Road Dog on order. He said it's complete. It is finished. They're just in the final steps of setting it up. So we've seen that probably this month in January. So some Weber mandolins should be arriving on a somewhat regular basis. Janelle has a question already. If you guys, please put in the comments where you're watching from. Any questions or comments. Also, what your big plans are for the year 2024, what you're looking forward to. Any New Year's resolutions you guys might have. I'd love to hear those. Janelle, what do we got?
We do have a question. When you count strings in the shop, are you including the sets of strings that are not installed on the instruments?
So maybe we'll do a 2-rounder. All the strings that are on instruments currently, and then all of them that are still packaged on the wall. That would be a fun counting. We should have done that for inventory. We're not officially doing this, but I challenged the media team to make that a fun contest to count how many strings we have in the shop, and whoever gets closest wins a set of strings. That's maybe a bigger prize than that. Maybe a set of strings with a guitar attached to them.
I do think we also have a question from before the stream actually started.
All right.
How does the TAS 10th anniversary Eastman compare against the Guild 70th anniversary Dreadnought?
I don't know all the details of the Guild 70th anniversary. I know that's one of their more bluegrass style guitars. This one's going to be kind of different. It is the enlarged sound hole, so kind of like the Tony Rice guitar. The white, I'm thinking Roland White, but his brother, Clarence White guitar with the enlarged sound hole that Tony made famous. The neck profile on the guitar feels awesome. Enlarged sound hole. It's just a beautiful sounding guitar. And we actually did a really cool podcast with Santa Cruz over there. And was it too loud? Jason's coming to fix audio. Am I clipping? I'll quiet down a little bit. Anyway, we did a really cool podcast. If you guys haven't seen the podcast, it is called The Acoustic Shop Knows People. And we got talking about what the effects the enlarged sound hole has. And actually, a lot of bass, it actually does the opposite. It kind of clarifies more of the upper guitar, so more even tone across it, which is exactly what Tony Rice was looking for in his guitar. It makes that ultimate flat picking guitar tone, so you can hear all those quick notes very clearly and precisely. I think the enlarged sound hole is going to be quite a bit different than the 70th anniversary from Guild. I think we maybe have some of those on order. We were a little disappointed because we didn't even know about it. We're kind of almost entirely acoustic, but definitely lean on the bluegrass side. And the folks over at Guild didn't even let us know that was coming until they were already sold out. And they were like, oh, what about us? We'd like to have some of those. So we're going to work with those guys in the future to hopefully get a little bit more transparency on when new cool models like that are coming out so that we can get some reviews and also get them in the shop. So I haven't actually got my hands on one, but I don't think they're setting up a booth at NAMM this year. I think they're just going to be there doing meetings, but we'll talk to them about that. Any other questions or comments?
We do have some comments coming through.
About the TAS guitar, though, it is completely sold out, guys. We sold out all of those, which is crazy. We had 35 custom Acoustic Shop 10-year anniversary guitars from Eastman. They are being built, so we pre-sold before they even got built. We had the prototype, just knocked our socks off. I think it really impressed the folks over at Eastman. So there may be some stuff we're going to work with them on in the future. They talk about doing some mandolins as well. We hope to get a limited edition Acoustic Shop mandolin out there. And but the TAS guitar, if you wanted one, they are sold out. If you're on the list, you're still on the list. If somebody backs up for some reason, you'll be the next in line. Yes, Janelle.
First off, our audio was cutting in and out for a second. I think we got that fixed now. Weird, yeah. Oh, did it do something weird?
Yeah. Jason touched it and it went really loud, and then
Testing 1, 2. Sorry guys, we are not a pro audio shop. We're an acoustic guitar shop. That's why we don't deal with electrics. If we had electric guitars in here, the audio would just be crazy. It'd be like a Guitar Center on 10 or 11. So we'll try to get the audio fixed here. I don't know if I should keep talking or dance.
It's the same level. Just
mesmerizing.
Not seeing any more
A little harder
comments.
than you think, guys. Try that out at home. If you're watching, try this with me.
should be there. Yeah.
It's
Good?
working? Okay, I'll talk again. All right, so.
Okay, I do have questions
Yeah,
though.
some questions. You have some questions.
Any chance of a guitar-bodied octave mandolin this year?
The guitar body octave mandolin, we were talking about this last week, I think. The folks over at Northfield are doing a really cool archtop body octave mandolin. We are trying desperately to become a Northfield dealer. We would love to carry their mandolins in here. Right now, they're not able to keep up with production for all the dealers they have, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be able to put us on their list so that when they do get up to the production levels that they're looking for, that we will be next in line. So if you guys get a chance, get on Northfield's website, send them a, hey, I'd love to buy my Northfield mandolin from the Acoustic Shop, because they do build one of the finest octave. One of my mandolin students recently bought one of their octave mandolins, and it's the smaller archtop body. Sounds awesome. I got to play on it for a while. Style mandolins and A-style mandolins, and it doesn't want to like branch out, so there won't be any of those available. Collins, I think, does a guitar body mandolin. We're going to keep pressuring those guys as well, but again, they're just not building many of those, so probably not. But we do have, and I don't know if it was on the most recent order. I don't see one in here yet, but we do have one of the MCD. It's a Mandocello from Eastman, and that is the archtop body. I got to play that the last few weeks. My personal one, it may be next door, because I think John said it was on our most recent shipment. So that is really cool. It's a full archtop, which Eastman really got their start in the guitar world by building archtops. So they obviously did band and mostly orchestra instruments. They started out with violins, cellos, basses, all those carved tops that they had on those. They took the carved top experience they had with those and went straight into archtop guitars, because it's very similar, doing the graduating the top and the bracing, very similar. And so the archtop was their mainstay for a while before they got into flat top guitars. And you guys know how well we've done with the flat tops. But they use one of those archtop bodies for the Mandocello, which is a lot of fun to play. And that'll be here in the shop very soon if it's not already.
Is the TAS guitar nut width 1 3/4?
Do you remember, Trent? I think, I can't remember this.
Should be. Yeah.
Trent says it should be.
Yeah.
I'm sure Hinkley will correct me if she's watching. 1 3/4 nut width on that one. I don't play enough guitar to notice the difference between 1 11/16 and 1 3/4. And the same with mandolin. I do kind of prefer the wider nut on mandolin, but if I play on a standard Gibson, I get used to it within probably 5 or 10 minutes, and it doesn't affect me too much. But I know a lot of guys, it's just that, what is that, an 1/8 of an inch difference between the two can really throw them off. So we will find out for sure if it is 1 3/4.
Are ukes part of your inventory? If so, will you ever do demos?
Ukes are part of our inventory. It has shrunk quite a bit. Ukes, when we first got the Acoustic Shop open 10 years ago, I think we were kind of cresting the ukulele craze. Everyone in the industry said, man, ukuleles are the thing. We can't keep them in stock. They're just selling like hotcakes. When hotcakes sold really well, I guess, there was a time. So ukuleles were just selling like crazy. We did sell quite a few of them, and then it just kind of slowly started to shrink quite a bit because I think the market just got saturated with it. I still think ukuleles are a great instrument to have for kids in the house who want to learn. They're nylon string, very light tension, so you don't have to build calluses. They don't hurt their fingers. They can work on strumming patterns and play songs with only 1 and 2 fingers, which is very cool. There's not too many instruments you can do that. And also just for hobbyists, just to have something sitting by your couch. Just me walking by ukuleles here in the shop, I've picked up quite a bit. In case we got this Eastman ukulele, which Eastman builds a beautiful all solid wood ukulele, mahogany. Beautiful instrument. And Liz, I think we talked about doing a few demos for us, because she's probably the most accomplished ukulele. But just kind of walking around the store, I kind of just start picking out stuff. So if you have one of these laying around your house, you just kind of noodle on it a little bit, and it's just a fun instrument to play on. So it has been in the talks about doing a little bit more with these in the future. We just got to talk Liz into demoing them, or maybe find, they do have a nice ukulele club here in town, so maybe we might recruit some of those guys to come over. I think it's the Route 66 Ukulele Club. Did you guys know, who live outside of Springfield, that Springfield is the home, it was the starting point of Route 66. So every year we have the Route 66 Festival to celebrate Springfield, Missouri being the starting point of Route 66, where you can always get your kicks. Yes.
Are you going to have more cat eye capos coming in soon?
Yes, we just did inventory yesterday, and me and Corey were talking. It's like, man, these cat eye cables are selling quick. We got to get more on order. So yes, those are selling much more rapidly than we anticipated. So that's why we're running low on inventory. But we do have more on order, and they're producing pretty quick and consistently. So we should have some of those available really soon.
Somebody says play Orange Blossom on that thing.
See, I can do it. That's why when you have Uke in your hand in the new year, technology, am I right? I'm over here. In the new year, are we back? Should I start talking again?
I never froze here,
Okay.
but everyone else is saying we're frozen.
I can look on my phone real quick and see if I'm still alive. Am I alive? I don't know. I'm so scared. What if I'm not? Live, the Acoustic Shop. Checking on YouTube. And I'm live. I think I'm live. I'm here, guys. Hi. How you doing?
We're back.
I
Okay.
can see myself. So things, the topic, do I have any more questions I need to answer first? Or I jump into the topic of this Takeover Tuesday, which is things we're looking forward to in 2024. Boy, oh boy, we're kicking off the year.
We do have a Yamaha versus Eastman question.
All right, Yamaha versus Eastman. Hit
So
me.
the FG9 Yamaha versus the Eastman in the same price range, which is better for a beginner?
It was the FG9. There is no Eastman in that price range. So the Yamaha comes in right at about $4,000. The closest thing to that would be like the Touchstone series from Bourgeois, which is the Eastman collaboration built by Eastman. The tops are actually carved and voiced by Dana Bourgeois and his team in Lewiston, Maine. And those are still only, what, 35 to 3,800. So that's probably your closest comparison. And we'll have to do a video on that and see what you guys think. I think, honestly, the Yamaha is a very nice boutique instrument that should be up there with guitars in the $5,000 to $8,000 range, just how well it's built. So I would kind of place that a little higher in like price range, in anything in that $4,000 range. Yamaha's FG9 is really
Got
cool.
someone saying, I'm super interested in McPherson carbon fiber guitar. How does it compare sound-wise and playability to a Martin or Taylor at a similar price point?
Okay, so in all transparency, you're not going to get a wood guitar tone out of a carbon fiber guitar. What you are getting is some trade-off. If you play through a pickup a lot, you can almost not tell if you couldn't tell the difference between a carbon fiber guitar and a wood guitar. Acoustically, it's still not quite there, and that's McPherson does build the best, I think, carbon fiber guitar on the market. So the trade-off, though, is you have. Look at that. Still really punchy, full-sound guitar. Not quite the same response you're going to get out of a wood guitar. But what you do get is a guitar that doesn't change on you. If you're a traveling musician and you, like today, I think we woke up this morning, it was 23 degrees outside. You could have left this in your guitar, in your car overnight, which if you did that with a wood guitar, it's done for. It's donezo. The finish would have completely cracked on it. Probably would have split on you. It's like leaving a can of soda in your car overnight. Same thing goes for if you're going from that 23-degree weather, flying out to Arizona and leaving it in the back window of your car, which I was told that Matt McPherson actually had him test these by setting one of these in the back window of a car in New Mexico. And it was like 103 degrees outside. Inside the car was about 130 degrees. And again, the guitar is warm, but it's in tune. It's fully reinforced. The neck has a channel down the middle of it with a thick square rod of, like, I forget what level of carbon fiber, but it's a military grade carbon fiber that just will not bend. So they build this instrument, set it up almost perfectly, then they pleck it, so they actually grind the frets and each guitar individually. Also the same for the nut and saddle are custom to each guitar, where they actually have a serial number underneath these, so if you ever lose your saddle, you can call them up and they can recut the saddle to match your guitar. But once it's set up, you can travel to every different climate, check it in the baggage, which we had Liz do one year, just take one of the guitars, throw it in the baggage check in a gig bag, and you just don't have to worry about it. So that's the trade-off. Tone-wise, it is not going to sound like a wood guitar acoustically. You plug it in, very similar, but you're getting so many more advantages if you're a traveling musician or if you're playing praise and worship on a stage where guitars get knocked over quite often off the stands. You don't have to worry about these things. They're just almost indestructible. You guys have probably seen some of our tests where we've filled them with fireworks. We've hit baseballs with them. We've what do we do? We threw them into water. We've done so many different things with these things. We took it to the car wash next door and sprayed it down in the car wash. They're just indestructible.
I guess that question with the FG5, they were actually wondering about the FG3.
FG3, okay. Guys, I've got to admit my ignorance on the Yamaha line. We'll have to do a test on like price Yamaha versus the Eastman. I think that's a great test to do. In that price range, we'll go over here so we're not interrupting the folks in there. I believe in that price range from Yamaha, all those guitars that are in that price range are also built in China. So Yamaha has two facilities. They have the one in Japan, which is more their higher end model guitars, and then they have the Chinese versions of those, which would be in that same price range. So that would be a really good apples to apples test, I think. So we have a lot of plans this year for Eastman versus Yamaha, and look forward to doing those tests, and you guys will see those on YouTube. Thank you guys also for subscribing this year. We hit over 30,000. How did we hit finally? 30,000, I think it was, subscribers on. Anyway, a lot. Maybe not. We didn't hit 30 yet. It was 28,000 is what we got to. I'm just thinking of TikTok, guys. I mentioned that last. That's just crazy how many people want to see you string up a guitar with weird things. So we'll be thinking of some more. Give us some suggestions on weird things you'd like to see us string guitars with. That'd be a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to finally get into the subject matter. What we're looking forward to in 2024. Mandolins was one of them that I am definitely looking forward to. It's such a struggle being a mandolin player, and I know it's because it's a minority group. Like, we're always such a niche as an acoustic shop, but mandolin is such a smaller channel. Mandolin players don't quite get why there's not everyone in the world building one, but it's just because there's not enough players out there to demand that many of them. So Gibson, we got more of the Gibsons coming. We got the 1923 reissue. We've got at least 2 or 3 more of those on order. We got F5Gs on order. I think we've got one of them is already pre-sold. We're still waiting on those. I mentioned that we're going to be getting some more of the Bluegrass mandolins in as well. And the Weber mandolins should be coming soon. So mandolins is something I'm looking forward to. I'm going to NAMM. I know that I won't find many manufacturers with mandolins there, unfortunately. But that is #1 on the list, NAMM, guys. We're going to NAMM in 3 weeks now. Man, that's coming up close. We have got such a jam-packed NAMM. This is our biggest NAMM ever. We're going to be flying out on Tuesday. All day Wednesday, they do some staff training seminars and sessions where they give you marketing training and also some of your inventory control management. Then we got a special invite to one of the Martins going to be previewing some of their new products they're releasing this year, and they invited us to bring the video crew out there to see that. So we're going to be going live from that, I believe, on Wednesday. Then Thursday, and I got to get all these days straight, what we're doing each day. Thursday we're doing, is that the breakfast session? I think it is. So Thursday we're doing a breakfast session where it's going to be me, John, and Jason performing for the entirety of the attendees at NAMM. This is, if you want to get everyone at NAMM to come out to one thing, give them free breakfast. And that's what happens here. It is a huge room in their convention center, and it packs out so much that people are sitting in the hallway on the floor eating food. And we get to perform for that on Thursday morning with Jens Kruger, will be our banjo player. He's substituting for Dad out there. So that's going to be awesome, getting to play with Jens. We never got to actually perform with him. We went over to his house and filmed a bunch of stuff, and that was a blast. Yes?
Any word on your mandolin book?
The mandolin book, I need to call them. It should, I don't have a word on it. So that has been delayed much farther than I would have expected, especially when they had my deadline to turn in is March of last year. So I've been anticipating it. But that is one thing that I am looking forward to in 2024. The mandolin book finally being released, and we'll have some of those in stock. And as soon as I get word on that, we're going to be marketing it, obviously, and maybe we'll get some sneak peeks on what's inside the book. And I'll see if there's some way we can offer some kind of extra bonus stuff with the book for customers of the acoustic shop, since, hey, I wrote the book, so why not? We should get to do that. So we'll see if I can do some extras there. No word on that, but that is something I'm looking forward to in 2024. And they're going to be at NAMM, so that is one of the booths where you're going to go talk to them and say, hey, what's this release date looking like? When can we start working together on this thing? And I think they'll let us release some of the video content that's going to go out with the book ahead of time, I'm hoping. So NAMM, we're going to be doing the breakfast sessions. Then all day we got meetings for all these cool vendors. the thing that we love about NAMM is not only do we get to go meet with our vendors, see what's new, make our orders, plan out the year, what we're planning on buying for the year, work on marketing ideas, but we get to show you guys very first. And that's why I really am excited they moved NAMM back into January, is to kind of make these manufacturers kind of have this deadline that I've got to have this release date of January 1st, or the first month of the year, that I'm going to get this new product out and make the big splash. You guys are going to be some of the first people to see any of these products, and I know there's about 3 or 4 instruments, including a mandolin, possibly, from Eastman / Bourgeois, a lot of stuff coming from this year. There will be some new things announced there. We're going to be showing you guys those as early as we can get into their booth. And that's the same thing all day Thursday. We're going to be doing that Friday. We do another performance. We get to go play out on the main square and do another performance with Jens Kruger. And then Friday we get to do Saturday we get to do a hour-long seminar at the NAMM, which is the NAMM University, on YouTube content and how other stores can start using YouTube to help grow their brand. And hey, we've done pretty well thanks to you guys. So they approached us about doing, normally you get like this half-hour session. They said, guys, we know you're long-winded. We think you need a double session. So this is going to be an hour-long session there. Jason built an incredible PowerPoint. I think you guys will be very impressed with Jason's PowerPoint skills. And then we get to talk about all the stuff we get to do with the live streams and the YouTube content. And that's going to be a lot of fun there as well. So we'll probably get you some live streaming highlights of that. So that's just January, guys. Then April, we're going to be at Merle Fest again. The lineup for Merle Fest is incredible. We just looked at that the other day. Everyone, who's who of everyone is going to be this year at Merle Fest. We're going to be there again. We're going to be sponsoring the main expo tent and then have our booth set up there. We're also going to have another booth set up in the main thoroughfare, and we're just going to be doing lots of live content. They're talking about giving live content. They're talking about giving it to just do live stream.
We do have people asking what's with all the audio issues. It's just new equipment. We're trying to fix. Yeah.
Should we sign off early? Do we have more
Let me
questions?
try to connect real quick. We'll see how it.
Yeah, they're really fun.
I think we're just running too much bandwidth here. We've got to
Where's
get
it
a
at?
dedicated line just for the Acoustic Shop live streams. I think it's hanging down here. This wire right here.
Is it that one? Oh, okay.
We're going to hardwire it. The Acoustic Shop just takes up so much bandwidth they're throttling us right now. I guess what's happening. Speaking of throttling people, that's all right. Anyway, do we have any other questions or comments, Janelle? Or should I just talk about more of our highlights?
Let me look. I was too focused on trying to.
Keep us running. What else we got coming up this year? I also forgot to mention NAMM show. Wednesday night they're doing the NAMM Top 100 Awards, which we have been invited to that. We are one of the top 100 dealers again. Thank you guys so much for all your support to help us get to that level. So
We are back,
Wednesday night we're doing the Top
in case you're
100
wondering.
Award show at NAMM. Who knows? Maybe we'll come home with a big old trophy this year. Either way, we're getting free dinner out of it. And then,
Yeah, we have.
and also our schedule is just packing right away for the NAMM shows. That's going to be a really busy week for us. But the thing I like about that so much also being at the beginning of the year is it really kind of gets us pumped and ready for seeing how we can outdo last year. It gets us all motivated. And it's like, we had a huge year in 2023. How can we make 2024 even better? NAMM is a great way to kind of get us inspired, give us some ideas. And we always come home from that like rejuvenated and ready to conquer the world. So can't wait for the NAMM show. If you guys tune in, we do so much live streaming from there. And hopefully we'll have some good internet. They always get so overwhelmed there with people using their cell phones that it can be a little sketchy too. But we do live stream from that show. And we also do these cool, what would you guys like to see? Last year we did John's favorite guitar under $1,000 they found at the NAMM show. What would you guys like to see? What is our challenge to find at NAMM? I think our challenge should be finding more than 3 mandolins in the show would be quite the challenge.
Are we going to have any tenor guitars in 2024?
Tenor guitars, yes, we should have tenor guitars. Again, they really started to take off in popularity. I'd say about 5 years ago there was this big boom, and then it kind of shrunk down again. I think tenor guitars are really fun and cool. They play just like a mandola, so they'd be tuned to a C, but then you just do the same 2 to 3 finger chords like you would on a mandolin. Strum them, really fun sounding. You do a lot of Celtic music with them. Just a interesting difference, especially if you're like a singer-songwriter and you've always got that six string on there. It can give you a totally different tone to do a few songs with a tenor guitar. I think that we should get some tenors in here. I know Recording King did have a really nice tenor guitar for that affordable price range. I believe Guild was coming out with one, so I'll talk to John about that, see if we can order us some tenors in here.
How's the 10th anniversary Eastman coming?
10th anniversary Eastman, we haven't got an update yet on production, except the labels are on their way because we're going to hand sign all 35 of those labels. And they're going to be numbered one of 35, 2 of 35, 3 of 35. We're going to hand sign all of those. So we'll be getting the label soon, but otherwise production should be working. Pickguards are in process. Yes, everything's moving along, so no hiccups that we've been notified of.
I like this idea. Best new accessory at NAMM.
Best new accessory, that is a good idea. NAMM always does their, what do they call that? It's like their best of NAMM. And they have different people that they send out throughout the show, and they get to pick one product that they think every retailer needs to bring home. I think we should do our own version of that. And this will be, we're going to be bringing Austin with us this year, so maybe we'll send Austin out on a scavenger hunt to pick out the best accessory to bring back. Acoustic accessory, so that's even more challenging to find some acoustic centric accessories. We have actually discovered some pretty cool products at the NAMM show that we brought back, because that String Joy was one that we brought in because we got to meet with those guys over there. Originally the Tonewood amps, which we're going to start carrying those again, so you guys probably remember those that go on the back of your guitar with magnets, and then they actually turn your guitar into an effects process guitar, so you can, it sounds like you're playing through an amp, but it's giving you all those reverbs, and you can have some distortion and all that stuff going through the body of your guitar. That was something we discovered at NAMM show, so that's a really good idea. We'll go through there and try to find our top accessories from the NAMM show of 2024.
How about a resonator mandolin?
That would also be a cool thing. I don't know if anybody is building one of those right now. Actually, I do know. I think Gold Ton does a resonator mandolin. Sam Bush has a really cool resonator mandolin. They do some of his slide mandolin on.
I leave at 6.
I think I need one of those. It should be part of my mandolin family.
Should have a resonator of every instrument.
I should have a resonator of every instrument. Banjo. The resonator. Resonator banjo. Get it? All right. I can't think of how many things we got planned for 2024. We have that 19. Do you remember the year? Trent 40, 1940 D18. That we just got back. I'm looking forward to making the video content to go along with that, the story that goes along with it, and releasing that. It's such a cool guitar, and every one of our guitar players in the shop that played it said, "Can I buy this, please? It sounds incredible." Including Johnny trying to steal it. Tyler wants it. Everybody wants it. So it's an awesome guitar. Can't wait to get that out this year. There's going to be some new Acoustic Shop merchandise. We're looking at expanding our showroom in 2024, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
It's a big undertaking, but we've got the designs for that already. We've just got to kind of land on one of those, and then if you guys want to do a GoFundMe for that, we appreciate that so much. It's going to be expensive, but I think it'll be awesome to really open up the showroom and make it look huge.
I think this is asking, can you demo the Bluegrass mandolin on your site?
Yes, which are the ones on site?
Probably no more than 20 minutes to do that, since there's nothing else I have to pick on, just throw in boxes.
So this is the Bluegrass Standard. So it has a speed neck on it, a satin finish, but they do these really nice relief, very reminiscent of what trying to play right now. Weber was doing on their mandolins. So that's really sharp relief, but they did it really classy. And then their Mandolin style scroll on there. Wide nut, raised fretboard. I believe it says Evo wire maybe? No, it might just be nickel. This is the standard. But just a killer mandolin. I've been playing this one in the live streams. We do Shop Talk on Wednesdays. We'll be doing that tomorrow for the first Shop Talk of 2024. But I played this one all last week, and it's a killer mandolin.
Can you really hear Corey? Apparently they can hear Corey in the background. Will there be a 10th anniversary?
Ivy and May, these guys are building these out of Poland. Yeah, I was really impressed with these. I think this is the one I played. I know this one is the one that they sent to us after we got home from IBMA. They're building their own tailpieces, their own custom tailpieces.
I actually do have a question about the tailpiece on that one. Just asking what it's like.
So, can you get close up? This one that they're casting themselves, they actually have, what would we call that? The prongs that hook the strings are actually embedded deep
Hold up.
within.
Frozen again, apparently.
Okay.
We're just having all sorts of
Probably
struggles.
run this. We'll end this soon. But yeah, they don't know if we're back yet.
I'm watching.
Sound is back. Sound is not back. I'm getting mixed reviews. Okay, I think we're back.
All right, so we're back to the tailpieces on this. This is a custom one that Ukuleles builds themselves. They cast these. I love that these prongs are actually kind of inset in the. I guess they probably use a CNC machine to cut around those, but make those prongs inset in there so they're not sticking out and doesn't have anything to grab a hold of. A really nice tailpiece built by Ukuleles. They're using on this one the Schaller tuners. Very nice. I can't remember the name of the other ones. We have another one of the mandolins out here. They're Persephone mandolin. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of the name of those tuners. The cut-off fretboard extension, so you're not getting much of that clicking and clacking. Just a really beautiful instrument, very well built. And price point on this, it is at $43.50. So in the level of mandolin you're getting here, a very affordable mandolin too. Bone nut on this. A really big bark on there. I'm not sure if it comes across on the camera. So I'm looking forward to getting more of these in the new year. They also built some really nice banjos, open back and standard 5-string resonator banjos. So we're going to be carrying those too. I got to reach out to those guys. We just got swamped when you guys have been following us. You know what happened after IBMA. We just went straight into planning for Small Biz Saturday, and we're still reeling a little bit from all that success. So looking forward to the new year, getting some more Ukuleles mandolins and banjos in the shop. That'll be very nice to have.
Are we going to have a 10th anniversary mandolin?
10th anniversary mandolin, I believe, is coming, and that really was in my court because Eastman said they were ready to do it. I just didn't give them all my my wish list of things that I needed because I got overwhelmed. But they said, hey, we can still release that in 2024. So we're going to be meeting with them at NAMM, and I'm going to have some ideas on things that I love in the mandolin and see what they can actually pull off and get us in this limited edition 10th anniversary mandolin. I think it'll be a very cool project to work on them with. Just a great partnership with them. We had our biggest year ever with Eastman. Last year we were the #1 acoustic guitar dealer in the world. This year they said if we're not #1, we're possibly #2 overall dealer in the world of Eastman. So that's guitars, electrics, all the stuff that people sell of Eastman. We would be in that top 2 of all they do in the world. That's awesome to be able to say that, and that's definitely because of you guys and the relationship we have with Eastman. So building a 10-year anniversary with them is definitely something that I want to get done. Because, hey, we're only 10 once, all right? That's what I hear. Anyway, before we have any more dropouts or audio or video problems, we're going to get out of here. But we will be back tomorrow for Shop Talk. That starts at noon. We're going to be doing your requests. We're going to be talking about more things we're working on in the new year. We got that shipment of Atkin guitars last week. So John probably playing a couple of those throughout the thing. You see this heavily aged? John probably showed this off. I know we already did it once, but man, talk about this is the heavily aged, and I'll say. Look at that. That looks like it's got some play on it. This is a 1930. No, just kidding. This is actually 2023 Atkin. What do they call this one? The LG47C. Beautiful guitar. It sounds awesome. We're going to play on this bunch. But John probably playing some. I'm glad that's padded. John will be playing some of these in Shop Talk tomorrow. And I'm not sure what I'll have. I'll probably play some more of the Bluegrass. We'll bring the Monroe back out and play the Monroe for a few songs. That'll be fun. So tune in tomorrow for Shop Talk, and then Thursday John will be doing New Guitar Thursday. Thank you guys. We're looking forward to a huge year in 2024. Please let us know what you guys are looking forward to in the year. I know a lot of people are looking forward to getting that 10-year anniversary Eastman, as are we. We're very excited about that. There's going to be some fun secret case candy in there for you guys. Very limited edition stuff, so we can't wait to get that out to you guys. Get those in your hands. Very excited about that project. And this year it's just going to be, we're going to try to outdo what we did last year, which is saying a lot, because last year exceeded our expectations by a whole lot. And the staff that we got here have just been instrumental in that happening. So thank them so much. If you haven't got a chance to go to TikTok and watch Janelle have Liz put weird strings on guitars, you need to do that before it hits 10 million views. It's crazy what goes viral these days. Go check that out. We're going to be doing more fun projects like that as well, and more contests. That's the big thing. We're going to be giving away things to all the people that are subscribed to our channels. So if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, TikTok, make sure you like us on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. All those places, the more places you subscribe to, the more chance you have to win. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff for each of those channels. So stay tuned. 2024 is going to be huge. We're going to take over the world one guitar string at a time. And the guitar string contest, how many strings we have in the store, that has to be one of those.
Got to be at least 8, right?
I know of at least 8 on one of those instruments. On that wall alone, there's probably 40 strings. I mean, that's really how bad my math is. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in so much. We'll see you hopefully on the road sometime this year at one of the events we're doing as well, or come to the shop in Springfield, Missouri.